This is chapter 4, Dokur, a village on the plateau, which is located on the Deccan Plateau. Let me show you how the Deccan Plateau is. So, this is a Deccan Plateau here. This triangle shape it will form on the southern India, and from east side we are having a Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats and a coastal area. Konkan coast, Malabar coast and Coromandel coast. So all this area is called the Deccan Plateau. Plateau is a elevated area with a flat surface, and most of the Telangana area comes under this. It is located on the Deccan Plateau only. And let's see the which rivers flows through the Deccan Plateau. That is Godavari, Krishna. Here it will be Kaveri, and from here it is Narmada, and this is Mahanadi. These all rivers flows on the Deccan Plateau, and these are the Eastern Ghats. See how like mountains they know. So these are called the Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. These are the Himalayas. These are the other rivers. Now types of plateaus, areas, landforms on the Deccan Plateau. All these types of landforms are present on the Deccan Plateaus. Like here you can see a small mountains, a few houses, dry land with few grasses and bushy trees, bushy herbs. And see, this is also a huge plateau, elevated area with a flat surface, and area with a red soil and dried grass and few trees and few houses and a big rock like structure with a flat surface. This is also called as plateau. And also we are having this type of lands on the Deccan Plateau. See, this is elevated, this is elevating like this, but having few trees and few crops also, like I think it's a paddy. And here we have a temperature is semi-arid, that is the climate is semi-arid and the warm climate, and the temperatures in this area will be up to rises from 40 to 45 degrees centigrade, and the climate mostly will be warm. And it has how much area is occupied by the Deccan Plateau? That is 700,000 square kilometers is occupied by the Deccan Plateau. And these are the other areas, and see here you can see a rain is running, and this is also a plateau region. Not only the plateau region is dried, also it having a green plateaus also. Here you can see all the elevated areas which are green in color, and lots of houses here and lot of trees here, and these all grasses are used for grazing animals. And here you can see a pond, like a water, and elevated areas and a few bushes and grass. And this is a Godavari river, and these are some rivers which are flowing towards Bay of Bengal, that is Narmada, Tapti, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, and from here it is Mahanadi. These are the structure of Deccan Plateau. Now Deccan Plateau is flanked, one side by Western Ghats and and the other by Eastern Ghats. We have seen in the map. Okay, Deccan Plateau is higher in altitude. This region is rocky with thin layer of soil. So let's see the location of this Dokur village. It is located in Telangana, in Mehbubnagar district, in Devarakadra Mandal, which is 25 kilometers from Mehbubnagar. Dokur got its name because of many years ago there was Dokurs here, that is looters, which hide here in the bushes from police. And the temperature I have told you, it in summer it rises up to 40 to 45 degrees centigrade, and here summer starts at the month of February to June, and from November to January the temperature is 20 to 30 degrees centigrade. So the temperature will be always warm. And let's see the rainfall. Rainfall is at the end of June to October, mostly less rainfall, due to which drought situation develops here, and it is becoming a drought prone area. And the soil, and this is the entrance of the Dokur village, And this is a small map of the Dokur village. Here you see the symbols used in this village, and on a small piece of paper you can see a whole area of Dokur village. How much kacha houses and pakka houses and pakka road, kacha road, and only few houses and only one hospital and mosque and a railway track and few tanks which are used for the drinking purpose and irrigation also. And let's see the soil is red soil which lacks necessary nutrient, and they do not retain much moisture, and these have to be left uncultivated for one season after every crop. So only one, if they have cultivated a crop, they have to left this red soil that is uncultivated, so that they can retain the their nutrients and will be available for the another crop. And only a few part of the area is having a black soil which is good for agriculture and crops since it retain moisture. But the problem is what happens if it is too if the rain comes too heavily, it gets wet, which makes the this black soil heavy and sticky. And if it is no rain, it becomes hard, and it will be very hard for them to sow the seeds. And what are the types of water resources they use? Those are tanks and ponds. Pedda Cheruvu is the main tank here. It gets water when Devara Kadra is filled, which is 5 kilometers away from Dokur village, and fills other small tanks in connection. Like these are the names of the small tanks in Dokur village, that is Chakali, Kayukunta, Vani Vempu, and Badi and Vempu. These are the in connection with the this Devara Kadra tank, and it will forms a chain like structure and chain of tanks, and they will fill this and they will store this water and they will used for further irrigation of crops and for agriculture and cultivation purposes. White soil with pebbles. Here you can see a white soil. They will use it for sowing some groundnuts. Wells and bore wells. Due to less rainfall, the bore which was there, that is 40 to 50 deep only, all got dried up. Now they are digging the borewell at a depth of 100 to 150 and digging borewell up to 200 to 500 feet or more. And some farmers have digged more than that also, and they will just irrigate their field area where they have cultivated their crops. And this Molingana has digged 4 borewell, of which only one got the water, and this Narendra Reddy digged 15 borewell, and he got only 2 bores which got the water, and those 2 bores only irrigate the land of 20 acres only. Now let's see the agriculture and crops, what they grow. In crops they grow are cotton, groundnut, cassia, paddy, bajra, pigeon pea and red pea. These are the types of crops they will grow. And this Nalla Ragadi, that is in black soil, they will grow mostly cotton, and groundnut they are in red soil, but they stop growing groundnut because of the pigs attack on it. And now the paddy is grown with water of Pedda Cheruvu. When they are growing this paddy with a Pedda Cheruvu by using a water from a Pedda Cheruvu, and if it dries up, paddy grots also got destroyed if the Pedda Cheruvu got dried up. Now what they will do, they will use the bore wells to irrigate the fields of paddy and groundnut. And the farmer says that the paddy yields from 1 acre of land, they will get about 20 to 30 quintals of rice. Over the decade, the cost of over the decade means 10 years. The cost of agriculture has increased. Why it has increased? Because of the price of the chemical fertilizers, pesticides, and the use of harvesters. and and they are not getting the uh, amount which they have kept. For that purpose also they are facing many problems. And fruits, what type of fruits they are going? They are growing like mango and oranges, and they grow some groundnuts as an intermittent in between the trees during rabi season. Large farmers in this area use sprinklers for irrigation, uh, because they have a work only for 6 months when they grow paddy or groundnut or seasonal fruits. They will be free for another 6 months. So what they will do, they will migrate to other places, cities and towns like Hyderabad, Pune and Goa, and they will return in June and they will start their cultivating their crops. And to do, they are telling they have to uh, um, reproduce, or they have to retain the productivity for generation to come. For that purpose they have to practice what? Sustainable land use and in a balanced way. Cattle rearing. Cattle rearings are some farmers are, they will grow cattle for milk and sheep, and some in the month of if they having a grasses here, they will graze them in the village itself. But in the summer season these all will get dried, so they have to go to the other places for the grazing, that is Nalkonda and Kurnool. They have to travel till there for grazing the animals. How they are marketing and transportation is taking place there? Paddy is produced and agricultural markets they will sold them, but whereas cotton they will sold them to Jedcherla and Madanapuram, and they have their own kartas because they won't believe the city people. They will tell, they will cheat them. So they will use their own kartas for weighing. Other activity, do carpentry, metalwork and rice milling. See here they are doing a blacksmith, a carpenter, and the remaining 220 family depends mostly upon wage labor either in this village or nearby villages. At 350 families, there are 3 or 4 large farmers with about 30 acres. Only how much? 350 families or large farmers. They are having a huge land. But others have only 5 acres of land, and others are only cultivators and small farmers. And their houses, how they are built? Their roofs are built with a baked clay and walls with mud. See, baked clay, this is called as baked clay. Their roof is with a baked clay and these walls are made with mud. Earlier the people of Dokur depends on wells for drinking water. Nowadays they are supplied with the overhead tank which is provided by the government agency people every 2 days. Road and markets. So which bus go there? If you want to go to the Dokur village, you have to take a bus which goes from Mehbubnagar to Dokur village, or this one Devarakadra to Vanapatri via Dokur, which is linked to NH44, which is a highway number, and from there you have to take a shared auto rickshaw or a auto rickshaw, and you are also having a local train. That is a railway track here you have, and local train goes to this village. Okay, thank you.